So before I started with Takete, I was running an audiovisual setup on my MacBook using Ableton and Resolume. Ableton was linked to Resolume using OSC, and I also had an iPad using Touch OSC that was connected to Ableton. I had 8 channels just with audio loops in it. I had a send channel with reverb. I had inline effects on all those 8 channels that could be controlled. They were all linked together and had the parameters controlled from Touch OSC on. I couldn't have much control over the visuals. Ableton was just launching clips in Resolume, but I couldn't really get detailed control of the visuals. I just had a very basic thing of being able to switch clips during the set whilst I was changing clips in Ableton. So I thought, what's the best possible solution I could have for what I'm trying to achieve? And what I wanted to do was bring the whole thing over to a touch screen. So I thought maybe I can do this on the iPad. I was running an iPad 2 at that point, and I thought it's not really going to have the performance to be able to do this. So I did some tests. At first I tried a couple of video channels, as much audio as I could manage, and actually it turned out I could just about do what I wanted to do. I was using some external effects as well and a few little things to cheat around it. Once I'd achieved this static setup and got it working to a reasonable level, I thought I need to now generalize this so that other people can do their own thing and don't have to be fixed to what I'm trying to achieve. So what we've got now in Takete is a flexible architecture. What that means is that on each channel you can drop things in dynamically and the channel will adapt to your usage as you're playing. So on an audio channel you can have audio loops playing, you can have a granular synth, drum machine, effects, anything that you want at that time. You just drop it in and the channel will add it on. So you can have multiple instruments running at the same time, all going through a chain of effects that you're dynamically changing. You have inline effects that are built into the session that's also running through. If you launch effects on a channel that doesn't have any instruments, it'll become a send channel, which is a really useful feature. It just means you can create a send channel whenever you want on any channel that's available. The video side works in the same way. You can have master effects on any channel, and you can also just have video clips running with their own effects in series. The really unique thing with Takete is the level of control that you have between the audio and the visual side. So basically you can control the adjacent video channel using the audio channel. So a very basic example, you can have a kick on the audio channel, and on the adjacent video channel you'll be controlling the brightness of your video. You can have the transients of a granular synth controlling the width of a blur effect, or anything that you can imagine really, given the tools that are available. One concern though for people that are trying to perform audio-visual sets on their own is how much control they can actually achieve whilst playing live. It can be quite a lot to try to control the audio and the visual side live in front of an audience. So there's a lot of automation included in Takete as well. You can do similar to what I was talking about with my original setup, where you can have clips on the audio side, triggering ones on the visual side. Visual clips can also already have programmed into them the ability to listen to the audio channel. So actually you can run a set in which you don't even touch the visual side, but you get really dynamic visuals happening just by controlling the audio. So basically you can have as much or as little control as you want, and you can still have really great, interesting visuals happening. The performance of Takete is really good on a modern iPad. I found on an iPad Air 1, I can run almost anything that I want on the audio and the visual side, and the device manages easily to keep up. You can also have external MIDI controllers, you can have external audio inputs. It's a really flexible device, and there's a lot that you can achieve with it.